Hello, my name is Rachel Anise, otherwise known as the Beauty Professor. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be sharing my top recommendations for the Beautylish gift card sale. And just as an upfront, I will also have an accompanying blog post on Beauty Professor with swatches of everything I'm discussing captured in the sunlight for you. So I'll also make sure to link to that below in the details box. It's a really good, helpful companion post to everything I'm sharing today. I hope you guys are doing well this week. It's flying by for me. Lots going on here, both on campus and in my classes, and then just personally in the world of beauty. And of course, I'm just spending as much time as humanly possible with my family. Joey is growing like crazy and continually the greatest blessing and joy. So the Beautylish Gift Card Event happens twice a year. You get a $20 gift card for every $100 spent, which in the realm of luxury beauty can add up really quickly. This runs October 19th through October 22nd. So that gives you some time to really peruse the site and decide what it is you want. Today's products that I'm sharing with you are classic, tried and true things that I love and use and will be stocking up on again, as well as some newer pieces I've had my eyes on that I am excited to show you in action. So for complexion, I have two things on my face today, and I was on campus earlier today, so this makeup has been on since early this morning. It's probably 8 hours later now, and it's a combination of these two things. First is the By Terry Nude Expert Duo Stick. I wear it in shade 10, and I have swatches of all shades on Beauty Professor, so I'll link to that below. But this is such a convenient little stick. It's two-sided. It's got a glowy side of cream and then a pigmented tinted complexion shade. So on the face, you mix both together. I just apply like this and then buff out with a sponge, and you get a nice wash of skin evening color as well as a luminous finish that stays in place. The other side actually has a sponge, so you can go in and be precise. I don't actually have any concealer on today, just a mixture of this foundation, which is gorgeous, and another favorite, which is the Kogendo My Fan She Moisture Foundation. This is the first Kogendo product I purchased at Barney's, just to show you how long it's been for me. Gosh, at least 10 or 11 years ago in Los Angeles. And it's what sent me into Kogendo territory. My best match these days is 143, and that's what I have on my face. So after I did the By Terry, a light wash, I went into the center of my face with the foundation. I love that Beautylish carries this foundation because it's really hard to find Kogendo outside of Beautylish in my experience and the Kogendo site. I have swatches of all shades of this foundation, which are also very hard to find on Beauty Professor, so I'll link to it. Some thoughts about this foundation. It's thin yet buildable. You can start with sheer coverage, you can build up to medium or full coverage, and it never looks cakey. I recommend using either a wet sponge, damp sponge is essential in this case, or I do like this Kogendo stippling brush, which I use a lot of as well, to just pop this foundation on. It looks so natural on the skin. I mean, you cannot see it on the skin, yet it perfects. And I feel like it's essentially water resistant in my experience. The water just kind of beads right off of it, but you still get a natural finish. They use this on set a lot for that very reason. Such a good foundation. Let me know if I can help you with a shade match in either the Kogendo or the By Terry. So the Hourglass palettes for holiday released, and I've been playing around with the deepest iteration, which is the Snake palette. This has 6 shades. On my face today, I have a little bit of the finishing powder, and I have this shade, shade 3, which is the Metallic Strobe Powder and Influence Strobe Light, which is a gorgeous kind of luminous orange. I only had to put a tiny little bit on my cheeks here, and you can kind of see it in action. Like the smallest amount goes a really long way. Swatches on Beauty Professor, but these shades here I think are excellent for medium to tan and deep complexions. If you tend to be like my shade or deeper, I think you're going to find a lot of joy in the Snake palette itself. I haven't even wanted to take the plastic off quite yet. I'm protecting it. Another choice for complexion is the RMS blush in Crystal Slipper. This is the Redimension Hydra Powder Blush, and Crystal Slipper is insanely beautiful. It is a kind of tawny, burnished, peachy tan tone that doubles, in my experience, as a bronzer and a blush. I put some on much earlier in the day, and so it is on my face, but it's got, let me just see if you can see the swatch right here. And once again, swatches on Beauty Professor of all the products, but this one is so unique because it's got all the colors I would want in a cheek product, but it's not too intense. It's very effortless. You can just reapply throughout the day, and it has a soft, luminous finish, not sparkly, not glittery, just like lit from within. Another complexion product that is newer for me is this Contrast Stick Contour in the shade Chiseled. This is by Kevyn Aucoin, and it is a true brown for medium to tan skin to contour. It is very blendable. It just blends right out, and yet once it sets, it stays in place. Fragrance free in my experience, and very creamy yet good color payoff with a natural finish. So you get a lot in the bullet here. I feel like this is going to last me a long time, and it comes in a nice weighty substantial tube. For eyes today, I want to show you the Chantecaille Holiday Eye. It's the Radiant Gold Eye Shimmer in the shade Gold Leaf. Very accurately named. Look at this packaging. But this shade, I don't feel like the camera does it justice to pick up what's going on. It's a duochrome pink and gold. I actually had a layer of this on earlier today. It's a one and done shade for me. It's the shade that I've always wanted Chantecaille to make, because look at how this works. You've got very subtle color payoff here, and then boom, you get that pink and gold shift. It is excellent, and I've just been applying it with my fingertips. I think I need a backup of this, but I would say run, don't walk if you like pink gold shades like I do. I have on top of that today, because I did touch up my eyes when I got home, intensify a little bit, I have the Auric Smoke Reflect in the shade Temper. This is a cream powder duo. And so you've got the cream down here, the powder here. It kind of reminds me of the Tom Ford cream duo, which I miss so much, Golden Peach. I couldn't find a shade in this that was like Golden Peach, still in the hunt, more to come. But this shade Temper is a really pretty kind of like rosy taupe. And I feel like it gives that smoky eye effect without being over the top. So I just tapped it in, and then I put some of the shimmering powder on top. Once again, better sunlit swatches on Beauty Professor. I feel like a broken record there, but I just want to let you know you'll get to see those on my site. And here is the shade in action here. It's really beautiful. This is a purse staple for me. It's the Natasha Denona Mini Starlet Palette. These colors always call to me. I use so much of the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette. I've talked about it so many times because I just love Natasha's shimmers and metallics. They are so excellent. And this one is just a mini rendition of a lot of the shades that I love from her. So you have a taupe, a sparkling pink, a nice kind of sandy beige, and then a rose gold bronze, and then this deeper kind of good crease shade that's more of like a deep taupe. So, and matte. So these are just effortless shades, and the fact that this is so makeup bag friendly means it's invaluable. Next, I want to show you the brand new Charlotte Tilbury Beautyverse palette. This has so many stunning shades for eyes. We've got 4 matte shades, though I will say these are like a velvet matte that have a soft touch of luminosity. And then we get into these metallics that just progressively get more intense, so that there's just liquid light going on. I tapped a little bit of this color right here on the center of my eye. Let me just look at that in action. Whoa, just the tiniest bit adds really pretty impact. And I like this formula because it does resist fallout. It wears nicely throughout the day. So if I had to have a bunch of really metallic shades, this is the color story I would pick, which is why I like this palette so much. Then of course you've got these more neutral matte tones to kind of ground everything. I think this is a stunning palette, not only as a holiday gift, but just to be using throughout the holidays. And I envision myself wearing these shades year round. They're going to be pretty in spring and summer as well. As an absolutely unhinged lip color lover, it's very hard for me to narrow down my top lip picks from Beautylish because I have so many and I have many in my purse, but I have chosen a select few to show you today because this is an edit, not the full bibliography of everything I've ever used and love. To start, we have the Sisley Lip Pencil in Beige Natural. This one is an excellent deep neutral color. I think last time around I showed you guys the lip pencil in Chocolate, which is even deeper, another Sisley pencil I love, but I feel like Beige Natural is just really effortless for every day. I do have my lips lined in this shade right now. This liner is creamy, and yet it really sets nicely in place once applied and wears flawlessly. You also get a nice little lip brush on the other side. And on top, I am using the Sisley Lip Twist in shade 4. Now, my favorite shade of life, Sugar, I believe that was shade 10, no longer exists, and I was very sad when that went away. Shade 4, which is called Pinky, is like a brighter, older sister of Sugar. Sugar was softer, more baby pink, but it still has this like playful luminosity. This is more of like a cool fuchsia pink, but on the lips you can see it's just a really pretty rose tone with some pink. So even though I've tried so many of these, I have not tried Pinky before, and while I would say it's brighter than Sugar and I miss Sugar, I like this and I feel like it's kind of like a grown-up version of Sugar. Sugar could sometimes be a little too light for me. So this one is very pretty, and you can always lighten it up with a soft touch of like nude gloss. But this formulation is unlike any lip product I've tried to date, and I have tried probably thousands at this point. It has this balm texture, but you get a beautiful wash of color, and somehow it's not sticky, but it has enough tack to just stay in place. It doesn't slide around your face like so many emollient lip colors can do. This one actually stays in place for hours, but it doesn't feel heavy or sticky. I don't know how they did it, but I hope they never change this formula, and I look forward to more colors to come. In the meanwhile, I'm a pinky girl like this one. I topped Pinky today with this Hourglass lip color in the shade Crave. This is like a lip volumizing, plumping, hydrating cloak of moisture, and Crave is a warm neutral pink. So I just popped some here. It really does fill in the lip lines and add an exceptional shine. Then this is the Chantecaille Holiday Lip Gloss. It's a pinky gold, very much aligned with the eyeshadow that I showed you, but certainly a lot more sheer, not as much color. It's just a luminous, milky, pinky gold. It looks on the lips just like it does in the tube, and it's very pretty. The Chantecaille lip gloss formulation is Peerless. It's a classic. It's been discussed for as long as I've been doing beauty, and I love this shade because it's just got this tender luminosity with gold and baby pink. Very pretty. I can't wait to try it with a nude lip liner. I would be remiss not to mention the Slip Silk Scrunchies that I buy en masse, and this color story is so pretty. You get some gray, some blue with some delicate pattern, this pink, and then I have another large one that's like a pink pattern. It looks very kind of like Liberty London feel, and I've been using it a lot, so it's in my bathroom right now. But I have tried so many different silk scrunchies over the years, and I still feel like the Slip Silk Deliver are definitely worth the money, and they're what I use for myself and what I use for Joey as well, because they don't break your hair, they don't get caught or tangled, and they actually don't even really dent your hair in my experience. So I think they are the best, and they do hold up. I've put these through a lot, not these, but my slip in general, I've put through a lot. I've gotten them wet, I wear them in the shower by accident or the pool, let them just dry in the sun, and they're back to normal again. So they really tend to withstand the relatively harsh treatment I give them. And last but not least, I'm recommending the Seche Condition Cuticle Oil. Random, but one of my favorite things I've been using lately. So I remember being told by my manicurist that the key to healthy nails is cuticle oil, and you need to get a good one. This one is super highly rated. It has excellent reviews, not only on the Beautylish site, but just in general on the internet. Check it out. And I like it because it's got this very easy like nail polish like applicator. You rub it in. My manicurist said if you put on cuticle oil daily, it will positively impact your nails, not just keep your cuticles soft and healthy, but that moisture moves through to healthy, balanced nails. I have nothing on my nails right now and they are short. I just cut them down actually because they were growing so long that it was impeding my typing. So I gave them a good cut and now I'm just letting them grow out again. But I cut them down very short for me. Put that cuticle oil on every day and I keep this one at my bedside. I think I need a second one for maybe downstairs in my house, but for now, this reminds me to put it on before I go to bed, and it's kind of like a nice ritual that I look forward to because it's there and it's so handy. I think the key to using anything is to make it accessible. So I keep this oil right there on my nightstand and pop it on. I even put some on my husband's nails last night. I think I was making it look so appetizing. He's like, sure, put some on mine. So anyway, this one has a very, very subtle fragrance, and I do think sometimes cuticle oils can be overtly fragranced. You can smell the sweet almond oil in this, but that is it. And it does dissipate quickly. I always feel better after I do this. And so concludes my recommendations for the Beautylish gift card event. It starts today. It runs through the 22nd. You get a $20 gift card for every $100 spent, which means you maximize your beauty budget and your beauty spending in the long run. I hope you found this video insightful and interesting. There are, of course, swatches galore on Beauty Professor and new content to come. In the meanwhile, please don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Beauty Professor and visit me at beautyprofessor.com. So grateful you're here. Take care.